So I'll just give you a quick update as to how our compost is coming along. So I've got all the muck we've got outside now pushed up into windrows. So I had the compost turner out over the weekend and went through it all. We'll just have a quick look at these two windrows. This near pile has been turned 3 times and the far pile has been turned 2 times. This is the difference between being turned twice and being turned 3 times. So it's exactly the same muck out of exactly the same shed with exactly the same ingredients mixed in. It's just this pile I got pushed into windrow sooner, so I turned it that 1 extra time. And you can see the difference is huge. So it just goes to show how quickly the muck will compost down when you get going. So it's coming along very nicely. It's nice and warm in there. Another 2 or 3 turns and that's going to be the finished product. So these lambs finished up on the winter cover crops a couple of days ago. And I've brought them onto this Herbal Ley, which should keep them for the next month or so now. So I've got about 60 lambs in here at the moment. I'm just going to bring another 30 over to join them now. So this field is at the far end of our farm on a block of land that doesn't have any perimeter fencing. So we're relying on temporary electric fencing to keep the lambs in. So it's as simple as this, all the way around the field, 3 strands of electric and posts. So to subdivide the field, I'm using my 3 wires on 1 reel. I've just got that attached to a post, and then it gets its power from the perimeter fence. And then it just runs across the field like that. So when I move the lambs, I'll just set another one of these up about 20 or 30 meters that way, and then leave this one up as a back fence and run the lambs through. I'm strip grazing these lambs on sort of 4 or 5 days on an acre block down the field, so it should last them well over a month or so. So they'll graze this down a bit harder and then they'll go on to the next bit. So this is what the lambs are coming into. You can see there's just a bit of red clover starting to wake up now. So this is a temporary Herbal Ley. It's just going into its 2nd year, so it'll do 1 more year and then it'll go back into a 1st week then. So there we go. There's our 90 odd homebred replacement ewe lambs all in the same place. And then in the summer we'll probably buy 50 or 60 hogs to join them, so we'll have about 150 new sheep to come into the flock next year. And that's slowly helping us work our way towards a sort of 600 head of sheep mark, which is what we're aiming for. So I'm just going to do a quick catch up on one of our Clover living wheat mulches that I covered in one of my previous videos. Now the wheat has just about found 2nd gear, but so has the clover. So it's not very easy to film on a phone, but if you can make it out, just above my thumb, you can see the clovers nodulating. And these nodules have turned this reddy purple colour. So these red nodules mean that the clover is actively fixing nitrogen. Now I'm not sure how much nitrogen the clover will be fixing or whether it will be a lot or not, but I'm certainly not going to be rushing into this field within the next week or two with an early application of nitrogen. I'll let the soil work for itself for a bit and then maybe come in end of February. And I think that by then it will need some nitrogen applied to it so that the clover gets stunted a bit and the wheat's able to grow on ahead. Because this is the third year that I've grown wheat in Clover Living mulches, and compared to the previous 2 years, for the time of year the clover is a lot more forward. And I just don't want it getting on top of this wheat.